So, Fatman,
So sleazy.
what do you get when Earl Hebner shows up on your show?
You get very confused wrestling fans.
I would agree. Let's talk about that and so much more on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the fuck Dave Meltzer, Fat Man?
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, we are here with Mr. Bullseye himself, Heavy G.
How's it going, everybody?
Oh, we're having a grand old time today. We're talking about TNA. We're talking about Slammiversary. The biggest show they've done in a decade. Fat Man.
But I mean, according to one person, yeah, we'll get to that later.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did anyone watch the pre-show?
No, but I want to talk quickly about one match.
Okay.
The end of the match. Eric Young versus Hammerstone.
That is, I turned on my feed and that was in progress.
So you know what happened then.
At the end, yes.
Fuck you guys. Seriously. Brand new upstart Hammerstone. Now, I like Eric Young. Okay, don't get me wrong. But to have Hammerstone job out to Eric fucking Young on the pre-show? Seriously? And we'll talk more about that later on in the show. But spoiler, kind of a theme to the show. Not to say that wasn't bad, but there's some questionable booking that I'm going to be bringing up.
The show opens with broken Matt Hardy versus JDC.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 40 seconds. Christian Thompson of TGRWrestling.com, he gave it 2 stars. Heavy G.
2 stars. I mean, first I'm like, who the hell is JDC? Then I realize it's Fandango. Cheap Heat with him coming out.
Okay, so I don't think you've heard the story about me meeting Fandango. So they did a show in Rochester. It was a Sunday night. It was actually my buddy's birthday. So there was a gas station right around the corner from him, which is right off Interstate 90.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the gas station to get beer. Probably shouldn't have, a little drunk, whatever. And the wrestlers were coming in to get gas and stuff, coming on their way to Albany. And I met Curtis Axel. There's somebody, I can't remember who, and then Fandango. And I'm like, maybe, 2 months after he debuted. And I'm all like, hey, or no, maybe it was a year. And I'm like, hey, how do you like the Fandango gimmick? He went, pays the bills. He hated it. He was like, it pays the bills. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I like the finish, though. Twist of Fate off the second rope. Cheap Heat coming out with the American flag, but all in all, 2.5 stars. It was an okay match. Good opener.
2.5?
2.5.
Sleazy.
How long was this? It wasn't even 5 minutes, was it?
No.
It was super short. I don't understand why they opened with this. 2 stars. It was considering it's a guy who's completely washed up in Matt Hardy. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a
No,
joke.
it's not because he's washed up.
Matt Hardy is.
That's what I'm saying. But
Well,
no,
I said, you know what I mean.
no, it's funny because you're like, I don't understand why I use his Oprah. My notes, 2 stars. It was fine. Crowd was hot, so I guess it was a good choice for an opener.
I don't know. I mean,
Like-
yes. Well, here's the dichotomy of this show in a nutshell. You've got a major former WWE superstar, and to be fair, AEW and just all out superstar.
Ask by Elegance?
What's it?
Ask by Elegance?
Wow.
Or you can
We'll
say a
get that.
former TNA World Champion.
Also true. But I guess versus, Johnny Curtis, and Johnny has done a great job of rehabilitating his character. Dirty Dango is now kind of like a thing, which is really cool. But why? I can pick literally 3 matches off the pre-show card that could have opened rather than this. But the reason why it was on there was because Matt Hardy was on there. So I get it, but in the same breath, it's like you're leaning pretty heavily on a name here. But then you didn't get a match with it.
No, I would have rather
You
seen
didn't do
that.
a 5-minute, anything more than 5-minute match.
I would have rather seen the TNA Knockouts title be on Knockouts Tag Team title be on there than that match. I mean,
No, I'm gonna be the Ryan on this show, Matt Hardy. If you watch the product,
Don't you even give me that shit.
that match should have been on the show. Should have opened. I mean, I said I guess it was a good opener because the crowd was into it, but the crowd was semi-hot all night, so I guess it didn't matter. But no, I understand why this was on.
They enjoyed the show. That's fine.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Thank you. TNA Tag Team Championships, the System versus ABC, 16 minutes and 50 seconds. Christian Thompson gave this 3 3/4. 3.5. It was really good. It started slow. It picked up. Surprised ABC won, but I guess the way that they were telling the story with Johnny Curtis losing and now the System losing the tag titles, that there might be a theme going on this show. So I didn't think they would lose this or the System would lose this match, but I guess I'm okay with it. It was a good, really good match, but kind of a letdown, to be honest. I thought it'd be better. Sleazy.
I give it the same rating, 3.5 stars. I think the first 2 matches should have swapped. There's my answer. I think that this would have been a hot open, and then come down with the 5-minute, not squash match, but definitely a short match to come back down from this.
And I don't have a problem with that analysis either.
Exactly what I have in my notes. I said should have started off, especially with the title change. You could have had I had 3 1/4, but quarter star is the same thing.
Underrated piece of shit.
Right? Yeah, I thought there was great chemistry here. I thought there was a lot of interesting bits. You know me, I'm not a huge fan of multiple interference bits with, a manager. Me being a manager, you should be, quiet until the spot, and then that's it. Having Alicia in there multiple times, I'm not a huge fan of. But otherwise, like I said, ABC winning, I 100% agree, was a bit of a shock. I thought they would keep it, but spoiler, somebody else would win the main. But pleasantly surprised, and honestly, the System tag titles run was not that great.
Meh. No.
Yeah. So there you are.
Jake Something versus Mike Santana, 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Christian Thompson gave this 3 1/4. I'll start again. This was the one match where I'm like, why is this on the show? Because Mike Santana was feuding with the System, and Jake Something was there. There was no feud between these guys, and they're wrestling. This was way better than I thought it would be. 3.5 stars. I really liked it, but Mike Santana winning continues to push him, but this was the one match where I'm like, why is this even on the show? This makes no sense. There's no story. They had a really good match, but it's also like question mark. But it was there. Heavy G.
I don't follow whatever you want to call it, Impact, TNA, NWA, Global Force, whatever you want to call it, like we said before. I didn't understand. I was like trying to like do some research going back. I didn't see what the match was. I gave it 2.5 stars. To me, it was just a filler. To me, a filler match. Some good stuff, but like I said, if I don't watch a product to understand why that they fought, and evidently with what you're saying,
I watched the product and I'm like, what?
Okay, exactly. I was like, okay, why are they fighting? It's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. All right, Sleazy.
It's funny because once again, any one of the pre-show matches could have been swapped with his. Although I will say, thinking back on it, you couldn't run the the Knockouts tag title match after the men's tag title match because you had Alicia take offense.
Yeah.
So unless she was like way later, it wouldn't have mattered. But even then, you probably shouldn't do it. Yeah, I like Jake something. I really do. This was fine. It was a warm bowl of water. 2.5 stars. An okay match.
There you go. Thank you.
It didn't strike my fancy, but it wasn't. I can't point to something and say that was not good, but there was nothing I could point to and say that was good either. So.
I guess my expectations were so low going into this that it shocked me, and that's why I probably overrated it. I was like, "This is going to be nothing." Like, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, this was actually better than I thought. Cool.
Overrating piece of shit.
What?
He's getting the bits in.
My name is Fatman, not
Fuck
Sleazy.
you. Fuck you. It's a TNA show. You're going to overrate everything. We know it.
No quarter catch crew. Sorry. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches. Sorry, my bad. Yo, dog, I heard you like trios matches.
Thank you. I do.
No quarter catch crew versus the Rascals. 14 minutes, 10 seconds. Christian Thompson gave us 3 3/4. Sleazy, you're the trios wrestling enthusiast.
I really like this. I thought this was okay. I like this, but the match wasn't amazing. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
Okay. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was nice to see. Obviously, the Rascals fully back together. I like a lot of here and there, a lot of the bits. The stupid gear, though. I
Buzz Lightyear gear.
I didn't like it. There for multiple different reasons. One of which being the obvious, it's a ripoff from another tag team. To infinity and beyond.
I got it.
Gotcha. But it was a cool kind of surreal moment to have a bunch of WWE talent in the TNA ring, especially in such a big spot. The match, good. I give it 3 stars.
Heavy G.
I have 3 stars. Okay match. I love the crossover. Like he said, the attire was just horrible. 3 stars. Nothing to write home about.
Yep, I'm the overrated piece of shit, Yen. 4 stars. Fucking great match.
Jesus,
right kids die. There's no way they're going to put the NXT guys over in this match.
100%.
So
there were some slam dunk booking decisions. This was one of them.
Yes, and so I'm just like, and I enjoyed it. So I will preface this next match is the last match I watched live because I was beat. This next match is a Montreal street fight for the digital media and Canadian international title? Question mark.
International street fight title.
AJ Francis versus PCO. 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Christian Thompson gave us 3.5 stars. Heavy G.
3.5 stars. Like the beginning with the whole him coming out of the casket thing and all that. Love the chaos with Sammy Callahan and Rhino and everything else. Second title change of the night. I just like PCO. I think he is. I don't want to say. To me, he's underrated. Am I being stupid in that fact? But he can just tell a story. He's like the modern day. It's horrible to say modern day Mick Foley the way he puts his body on the line.
At like 50,000 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly. I thought it was good. I liked what happened afterwards with so Steph Delander coming down and proposing and all that other stuff. So yeah, good spot. Yeah, three and a half stars. I liked it.
Sleazy.
I almost sneezed. Talking about slam dunk booking decisions. Was there any doubt in the entire world's mind that PCO was not winning this fucking match in fucking Montreal? I mean, there was no doubt of how this was going to go. That being said, it was a car crash. PCO doing PCO shit to kind of work with Heavy G's assessment of PCO. Ever since he came back semi full time with Ring of Honor, the man is wrestled like he has a death wish. And
You're telling me he's Darby Allin's dead. Got it.
Darby Allin could only wish to be as death defying as PCO can be in some of these fucking and some the spots that he does. No, thank you. And never mind at his age, at any age.
Right,
Fuck
right.
You.
I was just saying any, not just his age.
Yeah.
Well, that fucking chair spot he took was just like, oh.
That was one of my biggest. God damn, pal. You know what I mean? So as much as I like these types of matches too, and I feel bad by rating it only 3 stars. I thought it was there's too much weirdness to this. The Steph Delander thing, okay, maybe I don't watch the product, hashtag, but I have no idea where that's going, and I really don't know. I whatever the fuck it is. The fucking gaga in this match was obscene, and once again, liked it, but was it really a great match? I don't know.
You're going to be super surprised. 3 stars. You know I don't like these matches.
Yeah, you don't.
Just like every PCO match, nothing special, but kind of fun to watch PCO try to kill himself.
What were you watching last night? I was watching a 55-plus-year-old man try and kill himself on a bunch of chairs.
Yeah. There was no way Jay Briscoe wasn't winning the ROH World title.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah. Okay. TNA Knockouts Championship. Jordan Grace defends against Ash by Elegant. 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Christian Thompson gave this 3 3/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast.
Okay. 3.5. I like the match. My question isn't the match itself. My question is the booking decision to leave the Knockouts title on Jordan Grace. And the reason why I suggest moving it on to Ash is that Ash's character is so different than where she was before that it's almost a fresh character. So it's not like, oh, you're just throwing a title on a former WWE guy, you know, or in this case, WWE woman. I think that Ash has done a great job of really looking the part, really getting something put together here. And while she did lose, they did a good job of at least semi-protecting her character. But I'm just surprised that they didn't just pull the trigger on her at this point.
I have a theory.
I'd love to hear it.
I think WWE wants TNA to keep the Knockouts title on Jordan Grace.
You think so?
hmm
And that makes sense too, because if you're going to do more like cross promotional stuff, Jordan is the woman.
You
know
could
what I
also
mean?
make it being all they. You could also say, "Hey, I don't have the TNA title. I want to go after the." Well, she already did that with Roxanne Perez.
the
So
women's North American title.
yeah, well,
Have her hold it.
eh.
I think they'll have her hold it if they're going to do something like that.
But yeah, I think WWE just wants to keep her. I mean, like, hey, we're going to keep this. This is who we want as your champion to cross promote because it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have Jordan Grace come on your show with the Knockouts champion, it's better than they're not going to bring Ash. The only reason they brought Ash back at Battleground was to further this feud with Jordan Grace.
Right.
Right.
They're not going to have her go back to NXT as a one-off to face Roxanne Perez or something like that. Jordan Grace is a woman. It's a business decision. So that's why I said Roy Kidd died.
Okay. Fair. And don't get me wrong. I'm fine with that decision. I was just surprised that they didn't pull the trigger.
3 stars. It started sloppy and slow, but it did get good in the second half. It was good. I don't know. Like it. This was another match where I wasn't expecting much, but it was still good because Dana Brooke, for being a veteran, still, even in WWE, she goes too fast. She needs to slow down. And the first half of this match was just her just boom, 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 boom. And you could tell Jordan Grace took control. He's like, slow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something she needs to work on. And that's why the match was sloppy in the first half, but it was still good. 3 stars. Yeah, heavy G.
I have 3.5. Sure, I put Ash showed potential. Jordan Grace is just Jordan Grace. I mean, I would think that they would. I disagree with you about the belt, Sleazy. I think they need to keep it on her, especially if they're doing the cross promotion. I agree with Fatman. If they're going to keep the cross promotion, I think Ash might be the heir apparent, but I think, like she said, she needs to slow down at the beginning part of that match. You could tell that she was there was a little off kilter, a little bit.
Nerves, maybe first huge match.
Yeah,
in
but
TNA, even though it's there's no excuse.
But no, because she's had big matches in WWE.
Yeah.
So I mean, but if she keeps doing that though, with as much experience as she has, does she get the belt though? That's the thing.
I'll give the nod to Nerves a little bit more because this was truly her first big moment not being held up by a WWE team, WWE booking, WWE the machine. So
The machine, yeah.
this is her. This is her character. This is what she's put together. TNA has legitimately, pushed her as a big star. Yes, Jordan Grace is her one, but she could be number 2, number 3 in the top of the roster here. So that comes with a lot of stress. And once again, we opened the show with saying this, but this is the biggest TNA show they've had in a decade. So
TNA X Division Championship, Mustafa Ali defends against Mike Ball Speed Bailey. Yes. 20 minutes and 30 seconds. Christian Thompson gave us 3.5 stars. I want to hear Sleazy's take on this first.
He's an underrating piece of shit with one huge exception. Everything that started with a sharpshooter to the basically Mike Ball Speed Bailey holding up an X Division title did not need to happen. It really didn't. They could have done that with literally any other match if they really, really, really wanted to do this. I hated all of that. Everything before it was great. And of course, Speedball being the fucking X Division champion. Come on. Come on. Now that's what's up. Little Jimmy. That's what's up.
Rating 4.
4 stars.
Underrating piece of shit. The
Fair.
reason why it was in this match is because he's from Montreal.
Of course.
That's the only reason why.
They could have done it with the motherfucking street fight.
No, they couldn't have.
Yes, they could have. They could have easily done it with the street
Not
fight.
with no one would have bought it with PCO.
No one was going to buy it here.
Well, the crowd fucking ate it up. So fuck you on that. As much as I didn't like the spot, it was super unnecessary. Honestly, I'm okay with it. It didn't take away from the match.
It did.
It did not.
Lies.
It was
100% sucks.
no. It was unnecessary, but it served a purpose, kind of. If this was Mike, I think my only issue with it is if it was Bailey's world title match and they would have done it, it would have meant more. Yes, I know it's weird to say, but I think it would have. The X Division title, okay, fine. But I'm okay with it. I honestly am. I thought it didn't bring anything to the match. I didn't think it really hurt it. Except for, Earl Hebner taking forever to get down to the ring on one leg. Shout on this rating all you want. 5 stars. Everything up to that point was great, and while I didn't like it, to me, it didn't take away from the match. And the crowd ate it up. It was meant for just that crowd.
I will agree with that. It 100%
So it was not meant for the TV
literally
audience.
nothing else has happened in Montreal in 25 years.
And I also think the crowd popped big, even though they did have Elimination Chamber last year and they didn't really have a fucked up finish to that. It's like every time somebody goes to Montreal for a pay-per-view, there's always a fucked up finish. This was kind of the redemption of that. Kind of, it was in a different company. So, whatever.
This is a man who had merch for literal years in TNA that said, damn right I did it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine. I don't see the issue.
The issue is your fucking mark is what's happening here. And which is fine. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I love Mike too. I think he's great. Heavy G, please bring some sanity back here.
I'm probably not, because you're not going to like mine. I'm not a big X Division guy. So I have Mustafa Said Ali against Speed Mike Ball Bailey. I have 2 stars. Not interested in the match.
Wow.
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 I've never been.
So any AEW match and you rate more than 2 stars, I'm giving you shit for now. Because this was better than any AEW match. And it's the same style. It's the same style. So you're going to get shit on this whole fucking every show now. Thank you for the ammunition. I appreciate it.
I don't care. and a third title change. A third.
So?
I'll talk about that later, but I believe I have an interesting theory as to why.
Why is it title change?
Like I said, I've never been. Like I said, I've never been a fan of the X Division. Never been a fan of Mustafa Ali. I could have said no rating and just been impartial and said no.
No. You stand by your fucking rating. Hey,
You stand by your wrong 2-star rating. We got this.
fuck Fat Man for one. Let me go the
Five.
right way.
That way.
Fuck this
Thank you.
asshole.
5-star. Right.
Right?
5-star, then you don't give freaking MJF and Osprey 5 stars.
Because that
Fuck.
match didn't deserve 5 stars.
Oh, and that did.
Yes.
It did
Christ
not. And
almighty.
I'm
Holy
sorry.
shit. Wait a minute. I gotta erase this. Fuck Dave Meltzer here. Wait a minute here.
And I
Wow.
didn't give Osprey Danielson 5 stars because it wasn't a 5-star
Yeah, but
match.
this was
Yes.
with a finish that even you
Yeah.
say didn't need to happen. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Fuck Fat Man. I'm in on this. I'm 100% in on this.
Yep.
I wouldn't go down to 2 stars, but it's definitely not a 5-star.
I can't. If something is something I'm not interested in, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, it was great."
Yeah,
Hey, it's just something I don't like.
100% respect it. 100% respect it.
Yeah, this was one of the 2 matches that I was very curious on what you guys thought. Obviously, the main event's the other one because it was okay because it was in a 6-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship. Moose,
iPhone.
thank you. Defends against.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Thank you versus Frankie Kazarian versus King of the 4-star match Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin versus Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth.
30 minutes and 55 seconds. Christian Thompson gave this 4 stars. Happy G.
I also gave it 4 stars. I love the match. Right Kid went over, I believe. The 4th title change. I think, and I'm gonna get shit for this too from Fat Man. I think Frankie Kazarian's so underrated.
That's not shit at all. You're 100% right.
He's
100% underrated.
He makes everybody look so fucking good. And again, he always seems to just come up short in those major title things. But I'll tell you what, he was amazing in that match. The spot where freaking who had Henry pinned, that was almost looked like I was watching a porno. Alexander had his arm. I'm like,
whoa.
I'm getting uncomfortable here. You know, it's like what the hell is he doing? But I mean, just the flow of the match was good. Him not beating Moose, maybe, but the way it finished, I thought it was great. Like I said, I've been a fan of Kazarian, so yeah, 4 stars. I could go 4.25, but I just went to 4 stars.
I'll go next. Wrong kid died. Frankie Kazarian should have won this match. 100%. I loved everything up until the Josh Alexander heel turn because it was dumb. It made no sense. I don't mind him turning heel. But yes, Hendry pinning Moose, loved it. Because now he says, I pinned the TNA World Champion. He has an out. Loved it. Alexander then turning heel on him because...
Well, if you watch the product...
I have watched the product. The reason why is because, he didn't beat Moose. He wanted to beat Moose. Who cares? You're still in the match. You can still win the world title. Why are you pissed? And then he loses to a super kick while Frankie Kazarian went through a table and no sells 2. Fuck you. 3.5. Really good match. Everything after the Josh Alexander heel turn. Like, I don't even mind him pinning Hendry. But if, say, Ziggler got like a flash pin on him and then he turned heel, that would make a little bit more sense. But for him to turn heel mid-match, well, everyone's praising this, and I'm like, what? No, this makes no sense. It freshes his character, yes, but the way he turned heel was so dumb. And the wrong kid died. Frankie Kazarian should have won this match.
Has he ever held the TNA
Nope.
title?
Nope.
Do you feel better now?
Yes. Fuck Hulk Hogan. You want fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, go ahead.
You know what? We haven't gone a 25-minute rant on fucking Hulk Hogan.
I need a long time. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Hey, fucking the Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
Fucking the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, fuck you in the ass.
Put him in the fucking
Cobra clutch.
And the camel clutch, and pull on his back, break his back, and make him humble.
Make him humble.
Okay, so first things first, I appreciate that it was a 6-way elimination match, because 6-pack challenges where it's first fall to the finish just fucking sucks to me. It's worse than a 3-way because you don't. It's so much shit going on, or it ends up being one-on-one with all 4 people doing basically this, waiting for their next spot, just looking. Is it my time yet? Is it my? No. Yeah, that's it. And, I've always hated that. Scramble matches. Always. I know a lot of people I know a lot of wrestlers like scramble matches because it's like you're constantly getting the hot tag and doing your bumping feeds and stuff like that. I've always hated them. But anyway, so I appreciate the elimination aspect of it. I believe it did a great job. They do a great job of spinning off multiple stories. And I think this match in particular did a great job of doing that in multiple areas. That being said, let's just get this out of the way. The Alexander heel turn. I kind of saw it in a different aspect. Yes, that was part of it, is that Moose, he didn't get to pin Moose. But I believe that especially when they run this back on Impact or whenever, there's going to be a sense of Alexander is pissed that Joe Hendry is getting the spots in NXT, the spots in the World Championship.
That would make more sense.
And that was just the catalyst of
frustration.
Once again, I'm the fucking guy that wanted to get the job done, and this asshole just walks in and just does it.
I'll bump it up to 3 3/4 then. How about that? Because you just sold
Fair.
That actually makes sense. But the way they told it was not how they said it on commentary.
I agree with
So
that.
that was like, what are they
agree
doing? Like, it makes, so
and
that makes absolute sense. So,
and I may be wrong on this. They may not go that route on Impact. I don't know. I don't watch the product, but I think that's where the thought process might be going. We'll see how it goes. Macklin getting eliminated early was interesting. I do like the fact that Moose got eliminated in the first half of the match, so to speak, as well, because it showed that, oh my God, we are going to have a new champion. And I know I just praised this, but I'm not sure that
he's trying to word it.
I don't know how you do that and not also have Joe Hendry be in the final 3. Because if they were going with Nick Namath winning, I would have thought they would have done the heel turn at the final 3 because
same.
So
if they were going to do it, you're going to have Alexander, but then you're going to have Henry beat Alexander. So he beats Moose and then he beats Alexander. Then Alexander turns heel. That would make, you're getting all these spots. You pin the world champion, then you beat me.
Yeah.
That's a better story. It
might be a better story, but it also fucks other stories that are incidental to it too, because you also had the Kazarian story of never winning the big one, and having him in the final 2 against Nick. I'll be perfectly frank with you. There was no way Nick wasn't winning once it was down to those 2. But the reality is maybe they should have pulled the trigger on Frankie. But if you look at this show, and I'll kind of end with the analysis of the show is later, but this match is the antithesis of what's going right and what's going wrong with TNA booking right now. So, did I actually give it a rating?
No.
I gave it 3.5. I thought it was fine. There's a lot of bits and pieces, but once again, there are a lot of okay spots. So,
Overall thoughts on the show. I thought it was a good show, but not up to par of what they were doing like last year.
okay. For me, this was a big show and they knew it. You had all these eyes that were coming from WWE, NXT that were going to be watching the show. This was a big moment. They needed to deliver 100%. They didn't. And Fatman's 100% right. They've done better on previous shows. This was not their marquee show. They did have some great moments. I think every title on the main show switched hands. The women's
no women stayed.
The
Jordan Grace retained.
She was the only one that retained. You're right.
Yep.
Right.
But you had the tag title, the digital title, the X Division title, and obviously the world title all change hands. Part of the reason why I think that was the case was they needed to do a big reset. Because once again, big eyes on the product. You needed those big moments of somebody new winning. The people that won and the people who are going to carry this company for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, I'm not sure was always the right decision here. Nick is a WWE guy. That's fine. He needed to win a big one somewhere, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with him winning. I think it should have been Kazarian because you needed that feel-good, homegrown title. And it goes right back to the other side of the card where you had a brand new, relatively new, hot talent get fucking squashed by a 20-year vet of, granted, TNA wrestling, but out of know-nothing part of the pre-show. Booking doesn't make sense there. Other places in the card, obviously PCO was destined to win, but there are a lot of other places where the booking was questionable. All in all, the show was a 6 out of 10. There wasn't anything that was an outright stinker, but nothing blew my socks off. And that's kind of a problem when this was your biggest show of the year, biggest show in the last 10 years in terms of draw, and most importantly, a show with so many extra eyes that wouldn't normally be watching TNA.
All right, Heavy G.
I would say it's 6.5, 7 out of 10. They could have, I see everything that Sleazy I agree with. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Kazarian get the title. Someone that doesn't watch TNA, it seems like I could go to WWE. I could miss WWE for 4 months, and I can get to one of their biggest pay-per-view of the year, and I can get caught up like that during the pay-per-view. I
get what you're saying. They don't do great at those pre-match stories, vignettes.
I mean, they don't need to do that, but for someone, like I said, that doesn't
here's the
product.
Well, here's the thing. But you have your talent crossing over with NXT and NXT talent on your show. This would have been the show to up your production and do that. So you're getting new eyes that doesn't watch the show and tell them what these stories are going on.
Exactly.
You're right. They didn't do a great job at doing that. You're right.
I just think that they could have done. It just seems like that they get to a certain point and then they just don't go any further when they could just take that extra step to make it an 8 or make it an 8.5 or make it a 9. And to me, I think they have the talent to do it on the roster. I think.
Oh, they've done it on shows before.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just this. Like I said, I'm not saying this was a bad show, but when you said you got trying to get new eyes on the product, you had to deliver, and some did, some didn't. So,
But it's little things, like case in point, like Ash going too fast in the beginning of a show, in the beginning of her match. I mean, it's just little things like that just, if she slows down at the beginning of that match goes from a 3.25 to possibly a 4. That gets higher. Maybe putting, like you said, booking some matches in different spots could be doing that. It's just some things that I think could be just to me could be doing to make it. Or not saying duplicate what WWE's doing, but do something a little bit more. And I think the 4 changes, they needed to put more fresh blood, I guess, up there to have it like freshen up the product.
Here's
But
a little stat for you. There's one match on this card that didn't feature a former WWE talent. And that was Jake something versus.
I was going to say something of Jake something or Santana.
Mm-hmm. Everybody else had somebody who was at the very bare minimum 5-year vet in WWE. And I get why they feel like they need to do that here, because once again, new eyes on the product.
Yep.
Hey, this casual fan that been watching for a few years knows who AJ Francis is and Ash by Elegance is, or fucking Nick Namath. You know, it makes sense to do that. But in the same breath, you also want to make sure that your homegrown guys are getting spots, that your fresh matchups that are really going to tell the story of what the embodiment of TNA really is. It's stuff like Mike Bailey versus Mustafa Ali. Now, granted, once again, Mustafa Ali, huge WWE guy, you know, but in the same breath, that embodies what TNA is.
okay, let's go to some news and rumors.
I'll do mine first.
Okay, thank you.
So according to
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
He was sent a tweet. I can't believe I'm reporting on this like it's fucking legitimate, but whatever. A fan had sent in a message to him and stated basically, hey, is there any truth to the rumor that there were guys that were doing workers in Montreal that were on the dark show or dark matches? They had gotten a bunch of tickets to give to fans or give to friends and family, and therefore they would be on the show. And Dave's like, yes, that's true. Okay. No, first of all, how the fuck do you know? You've never known what fucking TNA was for 10 years.
He doesn't rate TNA matches.
Exactly. So he had no idea what the fuck's going on.
He hasn't rated them in like years.
But the reason why he could feel so confident in answering that with an affirmative is literally every promotion does this. From the 30 people in the Backyard Wrestling Federation of Northern Delaware to WWE and every place in between. AEW does it. Ring of Honor did it. TNA obviously does it. Game Changer Wrestling does it. It's just how the wrestling business works. Yes. You want fans in there. You make sure the talent bring the fans in. If that's friends and family sitting in the back, getting comp tickets, that's fine. Another person cheering along, especially if it gives them a little bit more oomph on a very big show, that's going to be a big deal. So first of all, fuck Dave Meltzer. Second of all, what the fuck are you talking about? And 3, why is this even fucking news?
It doesn't matter.
And number 4, fuck you to anybody who's sitting there going, oh, it was only their biggest show because they did that.
Yeah. Which is Meltzer. Let's see here. Heavy G.
That'd be me.
You and I do a sports podcast, right?
That's what we do.
AEW is now going to start producing championship belts.
That sounds familiar.
You know, WWE does it for NBA,
They and NFL,
MLB, NFL, SEC,
Big Ten.
Did they do it for Big Ben?
AEW.
I didn't know.
AEW is going to do it with the Southland Conference.
Whoa!
Listen to these most prestigious names in the
Oh, here
Southland Conference.
Here we go. Let's get it.
Okay. Juggernauts like McNeese,
McNeese State. Woo.
A&M, Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Oh,
Wait, they have a separate campus?
Yes.
yes.
Nichols,
Oh, Nicholls State.
Lamar,
Oh,
South
I
or
know Lamar.
Northwest State, Southeastern, UIW, HCU, Texas A&M Commerce,
right.
So another one.
and the University of New Orleans. That is just
Absolutely fantastic.
I cannot wait
Let's see.
for those 4 people that watch that conference to
Let's-
hold up an AEW championship
see.
belt.
Hey, Alabama. Here you go. What does AEW do? Hey, UIW. You just won the national. Hey, Jesus mighty.
UIW sounds like a backyard wrestling fed.
I
does.
just
Listen, I understand
there's
that they
hockey. There's the WNBA.
I would laugh my ass off if they did WNBA. Because they're
the
literally only gonna give
Southland
it to one
Conference was
fucking
founded in
team.
1963 and comprised of 12 schools within a driving range of the states of Louisiana and Texas. Listen, I'm bashing AEW for doing Southland Conference. They have to start somewhere. I mean,
Okay.
I don't. I'm bashing them, but it's good for them because they are on ESPN Plus. They do get. My ass is going to be watching some Southland basketball games probably in March. I'm fine with it. It gives even if it gives them a little bit more exposure, good for them. I'm bashing them, but at the same time, it's good for them.
You could have done the Big East. You could have done, like I said, you could have done the NBA. You could have done MLS.
Okay, so wait a second.
Hold on. I'm going to
pull back on this because there's a couple of reasons why they probably couldn't do that. Is number one, you got to get the rights to that. Okay, they may be charging money for that rights. I don't think what is the conference? Forgive
Southland.
me. The Southland Conference isn't turning that many heads, but they're not going to be sitting there going, well, we need rights money. Like Buco bucks for that kind of shit. And you're absolutely right. They need to start somewhere. And most importantly, that's the kind of stuff that you could do print on demand. So they're not going to lose a ton of money if nobody buys this shit.
No. What they're doing is they're gonna be presenting the champions in all the sports these belts that says Southland Conference champions. So they're not. It's not like WWE's making. Maybe I misinterpreted. It's not like WWE's making a Boston Red Sox championship belt. They're basically making it's an AEW belt with a side place that says Southland Conference, the Southland Conference logo on it. That's it. And then they're giving those belts to the winner of their conference tournament in basketball, softball, football.
Sick, we're still recording.
We
Yes.
are. So we're in news and rumors right now, talking about sports, ironically. So I'm sorry, they're not printing on demand. They're presenting the conference champions with an AEW belt.
Brilliant.
I mean, how many people are on a team there?
I don't know.
Too many.
What,
Football
20?
team.
Let's say
It depends
25.
it depends on the sport.
Football.
No,
30.
no.
Let's make it
They're
30.
not giving each person it. They're giving the school the belt.
School the belt.
That's even better. That's $300. Okay.
Yes,
Let's be honest here.
that's what I'm saying.
Even give one to every fucking team member. That's what, $6,000?
Give one to
No.
every school and just be like,
No,
here you go.
For football, there's about 65 people to a team.
Yeah.
Even so, that's $12,000.
I mean, look at all the money they waste on former WWE talent that are drawing them a dime.
Right.
That broke
Well,
5.
guitars and guitars never drew a
Yes.
dime.
Yes.
I hate that line because I love Jeff Jarrett.
So do I.
Fucking Kevin.
So, before I do anything else, for as long as I'm on Thursday fucking night, boys, after dark, is everybody going to be there?
I'm
I
going to be.
just got an email that
You piece of shit.
literally as we were recording from my boss saying that they're having a Rochester area managers, taking all the managers out for dinner to
Piece
go over
of
some
shit.
stuff. I literally got the email as we were taping.
Piece of shit.
Hey, listen,
Piece of
I got Friday off. I get free drinks, free food. I'm game.
Well, everybody but the scaredy cat there will be
I'm not
doing
scared. I gotta go.
Money
What?
in the Bank is Thursday night.
Oh,
And
so
Think about that.
spoiler. I would have won anyway because I already watched the episode.
okay, so
That's why I
know-
asked which episode we were
Okay,
watching.
fair enough.
So
So-
I would have.
To inform everybody that's listening, Thursday will be the Money in the Bank episode.
Mhm.
He says we will say his name and he will appear. Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
We had a comment about that. He might have to change that for gimmick purposes.
Hashtag gimmick infringement.
No.
when we
Maybe.
finish Jeopardy, Thursday night, Kevin will jump on with us, and the normal After Dark shit is going to be just wide open. He just gets to be a fan with us and shoot some random shit. Sleazy, specifically, I'm looking at you because you do it like me. Grab some random fucking Reddit shit,
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
right? And we can fucking play around that way. The next episode, since Fatman, you're here, don't fucking watch it. It's the ECW episode that
I will
appeared
not
last
watch
weekend.
I will not watch it.
So no, I'm going to try to get a fan on that episode too. So that might be fun.
I haven't watched it since we started doing this. I haven't watched. I used to watch every episode, but since we started doing this, I haven't watched the one.
This is why I like to kind of, once we learn the topic and how we've done everything, we kind of just judge on what's coming. So with the ECW one only being last week's, if we do another title defense in 2 weeks over an episode or 3 weeks, we have a couple episodes. If a good topic comes up and one of us wants to use it as a title defense or use on the show, by all means, let us know. But that's how we're going to do it now. It looks like he's going to start doing more theme ones like that, which is cool. I don't give a fucking Money Banks off. We talk about TNA 3 weeks later, mostly.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Ryan with his butt plugs.
Judge me.
Quick.
I'm not judging
Can you in 35 seconds give us a rundown on TNA Slammiversary?
It was fucking great. Shock finish for the main event. I thought Joe Henry was getting it, and I didn't hate anything on the card.
There you go.
Well, why don't you just do it quicker?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
I didn't put over the Rascals MXK and fucking died for that when it happened on NXT. And then they do the fucking Treehouse promo on Thursday before. Gimme.
Should I even
Because I
tell?
watched the product.
Should I even tell him when I rated the X Division match?
If you wanna-
Mike Boss B. Bailey, husband or friend of the show.
Yeah.
On partner, husband, however the description goes.
He rated it 2 stars.
Why?
Why?
I'm not an X Division guy. Never been. Never have been. Never will be.
Ryan, you know what that match was missing?
Nothing.
Everything.
Fuck
Nothing.
both of you.
Nothing.
That match is fucking great. The story
Nothing.
and everything. In Montreal with Earl Hebner, you're out of your mind.
Everything.
Fuck all that shit.
They called me a mark because I gave it 5 stars.
100% a mark.
See you Thursday.
100%. See ya.
Yeah.
Okay. More news and rumors. Brian Cage's wife, Melissa Santos, got signed by AEW. Dietz likes that because, hot women. Cool.
Right. Well, to be fair, she was great in Lucha Underground. Fucking wonderful. So Justin Roberts is a great guy. Okay, great announcer. They needed a second person. Melissa Santos couldn't be a better choice.
Can I ask a question?
Go.
Yeah.
Does the Hurt business end up in AEW?
Say that again?
Does the Hurt business end up in AEW?
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Let's talk about it now because I'm very interested.
No,
in
I was looking through Lashley, MVP, and apparently Tamina's not on the roster page. Apparently Tamina's still under contract, but she's not.
She's not. She's on the internal roster page under miscellaneous.
Yes. I think Lashley's going to show. He's either going to show up there at TNA. He may do a one-off in TNA to go to AEW. This is so sad for me to say. I don't care. Like, what are they going to do in AEW that is going to be, you know what I mean? To freshen up everything, they come and just destroy. Say they come in at All In. Danielson wins the title against Swerve and just fuck him up. That's a great debut. If they just come in, walk out, hey, I'm Bobby Lashley. This is I want to call the break business, whatever.
Well, can they? Well, in AEW, they could go up against the Blackpool Combat Club.
Racist, but so
wow.
What?
Well, if they go back to TNA,
they got one match. Cool.
If they go back to TNA, they could do the Beatdown Clan again.
No,
they probably have the
here's
rights
the thing.
To Beatdown Clan.
They probably do. And here's the thing. I'd rather have Lashley as a singles than in the Hurt business. That's me personally because the Hurt business was around for like 2 months. Like it
was not. It absolutely was not. Maybe the
revamp
of it, yeah.
Oh yeah, but it just
not the first time it was.
Just didn't really make that big of an impact on me. Like it was just like
to
me, like I was just like
the X Division.
Again, it was during the pandemic and Vince was old and racist. So
the one thing that they did,
but that doesn't
should have done was the 6-man with fucking Judgment Day.
Yes,
that was a missed opportunity.
But it doesn't. But Tony Khan doesn't inspire me to say that he's going to use them better. I just that's why I'm like I don't care. Like,
them versus House of Black.
I could get behind that. Well, the thing is that there's enough good trios in AEW.
There is. They're going to be on Dynamite. They're going to go 20 minutes. They're going to be good matches, and then we're going to be like,
now what?
Now what?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, it's just.
If Daddy Ass can only wrestle for so much longer here. Come on.
If there's a story behind it, and they just come in just as brutes, great. If they just come in as another team, who cares?
Well,
who cares?
Who's with? It's Samoa Joe, Hook, and who?
Shibata,
yeah.
That'd be another good one.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of matchups, but that's not the problem. There's always been a ton of possible matchups in AEW. The problem is always that they tend to not understand where they should be booking because there's always this sense of problematic booking when you're trying to figure out where things are going, because sometimes they turn left and then right really quickly. and we don't know where up and down is because we're, doing some stuff in the back,
Huh?
Book the trios like Chikara.
allegedly. Well, the thing is that
Oh, shitty. Got it.
there's a ton of Chikara guys in the back.
There is.
So it's not like they don't know how to do trios matches, and it's never been about that. It's always been about how do you create the character. It's AEW's always been the show of this is the cool match. This is it. Here you go. Have fun. And no story behind it.
Nope.
And you can only do that for so long. That is an indie wrestling mindset. And I love indie wrestling. But the same problem exists when you're doing 4 shows a week and then doing now pay-per-views every month. You got to start telling stories because you're going to burn out your talent by running, oh, this is our first time we've ever done this. Okay, this is the second time we've ever done this.
And
Now we don't
another
care.
problem they do have is they're going to run this match the first time and then do a fucked up finish, which will lead to another match and then never touch on it again.
Right. And that's just a problem with how they book.
Yeah, it like we've said this plenty of times. One Dynamite, MJF turned 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he was needed as a heel in this spot, and then when he came out with Cody Rhodes, he was a face, and then he was a heel in the next match because he was a heel, but then he came back out with Cody, he was a face again. It's like, what are you doing?
It's a problem.
They don't define heels and faces. Like Sleazy said, their storylines are dream match. And that has to stop. Especially, like he said, it's an indie mindset. You have a weekly television show.
Right.
2 weekly television shows. You need to start defining faces and heels. Do it more than just for one pay-per-view cycle.
Right.
And actually have these guys have a storyline. That's why I'm all like, if the Hurt Business comes in and they just destroy everyone in their wake.
You need a Nexus style.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Even add a couple more members to it, like a 4 or 5 group. Great. And keep that momentum going and not just say, be like the BWO. We're taking over. Like an invasion type thing. Have a story, have them dominate. Don't just be like, hey, well, look, Bobby Lashley's here. Cool.
What's
hey
the old bit? What's Bobby Lindsay doing in the Impact Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
knock knock.
Who's there?
Bobby.
Bobby who?
Exactly.
Ah!
Yeah. Moving on. It just frustrates me. Okay.
And I love them. I love AEW. I love all the talent there. I love Bobby Lashley too.
I was just going to say, there's so much great talent there.
Can I ask a question?
Stop.
Yes. Yes.
Is Jake the Snake Roberts still there?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Yes,
Why are they not using him as somebody that could use? Oh my gosh, such a mind. He's such a mind for the business. You've got so many good minds. You had Arn Anderson, great mind for the business.
Not there anymore.
Okay, but he was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jake.
There.
Probably one of, if not the foremost, psychologically, probably one of the most gifted wrestlers of his time, probably before his time, actually. You have
Dustin Rhodes there.
Yeah. Who's about as old school as they come, but can still tell a story.
Okay. Moving on. So apparently,
yes,
Jinder Mahal,
the Maharaja Raj Deshi. Yes.
The Maharaja.
Jinder Mahal, he will always forever be Jinder Mahal, showed up at GCW.
Oh, that was a planned booking.
Oh, 100%.
No. They advertised it.
Did they?
Yeah.
It says make surprise GCW debut.
No.
No, it was advertised. It was legitimately advertised. He advertised it.
Right.
It says Internet at the end of the show wearing a mask and attacking Effie.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, Hikuleo has reportedly signed with WWE.
Oh God. We don't need any. We don't need any more of that kind in WWE.
Okay, more details.
Get that
on
Samoan brother.
Care.
Samoans. There's too many Samoans now.
Get that Samoan in there, brother.
What are
Stephanie
we up to,
Vicaire,
10?
the whole roster. Stephanie Vicaire abruptly left CMLL a couple of weeks ago while still holding multiple titles. Jersey probably signed with WWE, according to
Oh, we're gonna
Dave
fuck Dave Meltzer.
AEW made a strong play for her, offering her a deal that would allow her to work Fridays and other days for CMLL, as well as previously announced international bookings.
Yeah.
However, it's believed that she never seriously considered AEW. She grew up watching WWE and made it her goal to get there even after a failed trial in 2018. The report added that CMLL and New Japan were aware of her discussions with WWE and asked her to do the Fantastic Mania pay-per-view in San Jose, since they had heavily advertised her, and New Japan in particular hates false advertising. CMLL at that time knew she was going to leave and also requested her drop the title on her way out. However, she signed with WWE in early July and worked her last match on the 9th while advertising CMLL and New Japan. She would not be advertising.
Yeah, that's Meltzerism right there.
Advertising CMLL and New Japan, she would not be working any future dates.
Yeah,
my brain hurts.
Same.
Meltzer reportedly claims that WWE source noted that they offered a tremendous contract mainly because they were aware of AEW's interest in signing with her, but she wasn't interested. Okay, whatever. New Japan was said to be the most upset because she was advertised for an appearance for 3 months and then pulled out only 5 days before the event. I'd be kind of mad too. Vicaire later wrote, she was leaving through the front door. She did business on the way out and all was fine. CML has a company. What? Never mind. I can't read anymore, Meltzer. I'm literally having a stroke. So
he's been Meltzered out.
It's insane.
Question.
Yes.
If she would have signed with AEW, like her and Thunder Rosa.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Eventually,
Who's it gonna be now in WWE with her?
Zelina Vega. That's a money matchup right there. Obviously, any one of the horsewomen that's still there.
Is Charlotte ever coming back?
She had knee surgery.
Yeah.
She should be back soon.
Same with Asuka. She had knee surgery. She'll be back soon.
I mean, she's a talented enough woman. She can have a good match with almost anyone on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
How about Laya Valkyria?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's my let me try and drill down to what the suggestion that Meltzer was speculating on here, because I'm trying to figure it out, and I also had a similar stroke. So he's suggesting that she didn't do business, but stated that she did do business.
Yes.
Okay, cool. This is going to sound like a disparaging comment, and I don't mean it this way at all. Stephanie Vicaire was not drawing that New Japan CML event.
No, she was not.
She was not. So for New Japan and or CML to be pissed at her for not showing up for that event is dumb. and petty, especially considering how Stephanie was treated.
That's the big thing. So we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you pull out of the booking 5 days before, I'll be mad too. But if you're treating me like shit, you think I'm not going to pull out of the booking?
Right.
When I got an offer from the biggest wrestling company in the world, go fuck yourself.
Exactly right.
That's the big thing.
And that's almost certainly why. Now, Meltzer said it was like, oh, because it was her dream to go to WWE. I guarantee you there was something else in the back of her mind, obviously speculation, that working with AEW meant that you still had to deal with those fuckers.
Yes.
So, yeah. I don't doubt that there was many things flying around in her decision to do it the way she did. I don't really care. At the end of the day, she got where she wanted to be, and we're going to get the benefits of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Still trying. I'm just still looking at some stuff here. I forgot about this. According to a New York Times article,
Ooh, my favorite.
Logan Paul is getting sued by the United States Olympic Committee in the District of Colorado for allegedly using trademarks terms including Olympic and Team USA to promote Prime. According to the article, Coca-Cola has paid for those rights, meaning Prime Energy is infringing on those terms.
Yep. It's interesting because who's suing him?
The Olympic
not
Committee.
Pepsi.
Not Coke.
Or Coke. It's not Coke that's
the Olympic Committee.
That's kind of interesting.
Yes.
I didn't expect them to sue them. I expected Coke to.
Yes.
One
more Johnny Gargano's family restaurant burns down in Cleveland?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Who had their food truck burn up? Was it ODB?
Sweet Tooth.
Yeah. What? Sweet Tooth? No. ODB. It was 100%.
It's a Twisted Metal reference.
Yes, we know. You fuck.
As much as I want to end news and rumors with AEW, started with it, I'm gonna end it with them. God, okay. Has anyone seen this new hologram character?
Yes.
Yes.
Why the fuck anyone thought that was Ricochet?
Right?
Is fucking stupid as shit.
Ricochet.
I mean, Ricochet only has tattoos all over his fucking body, and the hologram character has no tattoos at all.
Oh my god, it's so fucking hilarious. He's sitting there going, I didn't get shorter and laser off all my tattoos. That's not me, guys. Thanks, though.
Cheap version of Glacier.
Okay. Oh, I have a bone to pick with people who say that. Because at least this motherfucker can work. Glacier kicked people and chopped people, and that's fucking it. That was the entire The Blood Runs Cold storyline, was he kicked people and fucking kicked people. And that was it. He barely even fucking chopped people later on in there. And then you had fucking Mortis. And then you had the fucking Ernest Miller. And that whole fucking thing was fucked. At least this was a character that could do fucking shit, like do obscene fucking moves.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
Well, anyway,
but he's a hologram, so what the
well,
fuck?
My joke is how fucking stupid AEW fans are when literally you just got to take, just open your eyes and then see that that's not Ricochet.
The cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Happy G, put yourself over.
You can catch me, the Hall of Famer Fatman, on the best darn sports show period 2. We're going to be having our NFL prediction show coming up here August 18th. We pick every game of the NFL season. We have our combined, along with Mark, we have our combined playoffs and our own individual playoffs. Who did we pick as a collective and individually to win the
Well-
2024 season and who gets to our Super Bowl?
We'll probably have a pop-up show in between there about the baseball trade deadline and
Yep.
maybe a little Olympic coverage.
Oh, definitely
Well,
Olympic
that's
coverage.
not happening Friday.
And we'll probably talk about the Hall of Fame that just had the 4 recent inductees.
Nice.
I say we do it this Thursday, but since someone's getting free booze and food,
Right. What a fucking mark.
that's why he's a fat man. But they can catch us that. We're
But
probably
I'm the
having
skinniest one on the show.
Yeah. fuck
No, it's
you.
not even close. I'm the skinniest one on the show.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, fuck you.
But you can catch me there along with these guys. And thank you for the plug.
Fuck Ryan, but Ryan's done a big deal, so I'll put him over anyway. Thursday night we're doing Wrestling Jeopardy. The episode once again will be the Money in the Bank episode from Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well done. And then unbelievably, say his name and he appears. He will be on after the Wrestling Jeopardy episode. It'll be a great time for everyone to join us on Thursday for TWS After Dark, hosted by Ryan. You can also find him on as Ryan Buttgotch on X and TikTok and the wrestling show Reddit. He's also got the Sleazy Fatman Instagram handle. Screw with him. It's always fun. Unfortunately, Dietz couldn't be on the show tonight. He had a unfortunate family emergency. But I'm in Sleazy. Fuck you. You know, I'm never going to get around that. You know, we are Sleazy Fatman, X, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Please like and follow us there. Find our videos at twitch.tv/SleazyandTheFatman, youtube.com/SleazyandTheFatman, and premium content at onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. Like and subscribe on your favorite platform and click the notification on YouTube so that when we go live, like on Thursdays, you'll be the first to know. Explore more content at thewrestlingshow.com, including his articles, merch, so much more. I think today we'll make the announcement. So, as many people know, we've been an audio podcast for 12 years. And over the past few years, we've kind of transitioned into this, video, audio hybrid thing. And I think it's time for us to shake things up a little bit. So, starting with this episode, we will no longer be on audio only feeds on podcast platforms. We are changing to video only.
Because look at these faces.
Because we have faces made for fucking radio.
You got it.
The reasoning behind this is that with the times, things change. We feel more comfortable being on video. We feel comfortable doing the show every week on video. And we like doing this stuff on video. And a lot of times, a lot of our bits, a lot of our mannerisms, stuff like that does not translate to podcast form anymore. So what's going to happen is starting next week, we are doing video only. So if you want our show, it'll be right here. You'll be able to find it on Twitch live. You'll be able to find it on YouTube live and be able to go back and watch it after the fact. And of course, you'll be able to watch us still on Facebook Live. Fatman.
I was also going to say we are still doing watch-alongs that we're going to try to figure out how to do that for you. We have one ready to record, and we got actually a list of
Our backlog
of what we are going to actually do. So we'll figure out a way to do that for you. But yeah, what Sleazy said, we're also going to be a video podcast. Holy crap, my phone's going off. Go ahead.
I'll let you deal with that. But I do want to say that for those who still want to listen to audio versions, YouTube does allow you to listen to the audio versions of the show on YouTube Music. So you'll still be able to get that on our YouTube feed. And obviously, if you have YouTube Premium, you can always throw us on the background as well. But the reasoning behind we're doing this is just simple logistical things. Like I said, we're doing this every week as a video podcast, so we might as well stick with it and go all in on it. Please let us know in terms of your feedback and that kind of stuff. Please let us know if that's not something that you want. If you do enjoy the audio only feeds, we'll find a way to also do that. If that's something you guys really want us to do. Additionally, our watch alongs are always audio only anyway, so we do have to find a place for those.
Mm-hmm.
It almost certainly will be some sort of free tier of Patreon or something like that. All of the current content that you see now, the watch alongs, video podcasts, stuff like this, all of this stuff that you see today will never be pay to play. If we do extra stuff on top of that, that's something that we'll discuss down the road. But everything that you get today will always be free, limited if any ads, and most importantly, just us enjoying professional wrestling with you guys. So on that note, thanks to Heavy G for being on the show. Thanks for Ryan for coming on a little bit. And as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fatman.
This is the Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer, because always. Fuck Tony Khan and his alleged coke habit. A hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. A burger's not a sandwich. Fucking rednecks in fucking Indiana, tacos and burritos are not sandwiches. Next week, we are doing, oh God, I would rather die before being dishonored. Just kill me, because I do not want to watch this show. ROH, Death Before Dishonor is next week. And can I just be just kill me? Just.
I'm the truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun.